you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit, and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Living the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream. What up, Dream Team? Coach D here, coming at you with a bite-sized brain snack. These episodes were inspired because of our obsession with snacks. We love to fuel our bodies with these little bite-sized nutritious foods throughout the day, and we've also talked about adding movement snacks into your day the same way. So we have food and we have movement covered, but what about our brains? It's time to add some little bite-sized brain snacks into your week, and that's what these episodes will be all about. Bite-sized wellness wisdom for lifelong learners. So let's open up and satiate our minds. This brain snack is all about the most magical macronutrient, protein. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of this mighty macronutrient, the building block of life itself. Protein plays a crucial role in our overall health, from fueling our muscles to support blood sugar regulation, and even aiding in weight management. But hold on, because we're not just going to scratch the surface. We're going to dive deep into the science of protein, uncovering the optimal amount you need based on factors like age, activity level, and gender. And you're going to be amazed at how protein can be your secret weapon for maintaining muscle mass, whether you're a fitness enthusiast or an older adult seeking to stay active and vibrant. We're going to look at the key differences between animal-based protein and plant-based protein sources, showing you how to create a balanced and diverse protein intake that suits your dietary preferences. And let's not forget, putting our knowledge into practice and translating to ways to prepare protein in the kitchen. We're also going to share some mouth-watering and nutritious tips on incorporating protein-rich foods into your meals, making it a delightful experience for your taste buds and your well-being. So let's uncover the secret of protein and discover how this powerhouse nutrient can elevate your health and fitness game to a whole new level. Let's talk about protein's role in the body. Imagine protein as a team of skilled craftsmen working tirelessly inside of your body, building and repairing various structures in your cells and in your tissues. These master craftsmen are called amino acids, and they are the very building blocks made up of broken down protein. Among the 20 different amino acids, 9 of them are essential, meaning we must obtain them through the foods that we eat. Amino acids are like the alphabet of protein, and each one has a unique role to play in maintaining our health, from repairing damaged tissues to supporting immune function. These tiny little heroes work in harmony to keep our bodies functioning optimally. Your muscles are an integral part of your metabolic health. Protein plays a crucial role in forming and preserving your skeletal muscle. Through a fascinating process known as muscle protein synthesis, the creation of muscle, protein-rich foods supply our bodies with the necessary amino acids to build and repair muscles. This not only boosts strength, but also enhances blood glucose control, blood sugar control. Did you know that regular exercise, especially resistance training, can supercharge muscle protein synthesis? By combining the power of protein-rich meals with targeted workouts, especially resistance training, we can sculpt our bodies into a lean, mean, metabolic machine. If you want to change the way your body looks, then protein and resistance training are going to be key to your goals. Now let's look at the age-old question, how much protein do I need? Well, the standard recommended dietary allowance, the RDA, of 0.4 grams per pound of body weight, well, that sets the foundation, I guess, but many experts that I follow say that that is like the bare minimum. I also believe that that is far too low. Like in order to avoid actual deficiencies, yes, maybe zero point 0.4 grams per pound of body weight is great, but do you want to live life going for the minimum? Well, I'm looking to try to move towards optimum. The optimal amount of protein is going to vary based on factors such as age, gender, and activity level. For instance, research suggests that active individuals, people that are very active, they may require up to zero point 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily, while older adults benefit from being on the higher end of that as well. Older adults are going to need more protein per pound of body weight because as we grow older, our muscles face new challenges. To combat age related muscle loss, which happens, you lose muscle as you get older, you lose bone density as you get older. Older adults are going to benefit from consuming even up to zero point 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight daily. Embracing protein's muscle building potential becomes even more critical as we age over time. As we age, our bodies become more reliant on protein to maintain muscle mass and functionality. So don't let time dull your inner strength. Let the power of protein help you maintain your vitality. Also, it's ideal to consume 20 to 30 grams of protein at each meal, enough protein per meal to maximize that muscle protein synthesis signal. And animal proteins are higher quality than plant proteins, but you can get all essential amino acids by eating a certain variety of plant proteins. So you could go the easier route and eat an animal-based protein, which is going to have all the essential amino acids, or it might just take a little more planning and a little more knowledge to combine the right amount and the right kinds of plant foods to get the best combination in order to get that amino acid profile that you're looking for to maximize that muscle protein synthesis signal, that creation of muscle. To get enough protein, include protein at every meal. Use protein-rich snacks if you have to throughout the day to get your total daily protein up to where it needs to be. And you can add high protein foods like hemp seeds to meals and use protein powders to supplement. You know that you need protein. It's just a fact. This macronutrient provides the building blocks for just about every structure and every tissue in your body, including bone, hair, your nails, the lining of your gut, your skeletal muscle. And protein is also satiating. It fills you up. It's probably going to aid in your weight loss goals if you have those. It supports your hormone production and your immune health, your immunity, and is a crucial component of blood sugar stabilizing meals. Protein, so important. Finding your protein sweet spot is going to require a bit of personalization. Consider your fitness goals, your lifestyle, and your activity level to determine the right amount for you. If your fitness goals are to build muscle, then you're going to need a different amount of protein than if your fitness goals are to lose body fat or to have a good time in your marathon. Like these are going to be different goals. If your lifestyle is super hectic and stressful and you're always on the go, that's going to be different than if you work from home and you kind of have hours that you can plan on your own. Like these are all factors that you want to look into. If your activity level, if you get like 2,000 to 4,000 steps a day, you'll need a different amount than someone that needs that has 18,000 steps a day. Remember, protein is not just for bodybuilders. It's an essential nutrient for everyone. Anyone seeking vitality and well-being, you need protein. The more active you are, the more you break your muscle tissue down, the less time you spend doing things like recovery, the more protein you're going to need. You must break tissue down to build it back up. But if you continue to break it down without supplying the building blocks to build the actual tissue, then you're not going to like the results that you get long term. Why does protein matter for your metabolic health, your metabolism? When you eat protein, it's broken down into individual amino acids, which are then absorbed into your circulation via the small intestine. These amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and they are used to make new proteins within the body that help build and repair every type of cell or tissue in the body. So you got the protein that you eat, it gets broken down, and then it gets remade into another combination of amino acids that maybe goes to your hair, maybe goes to your skin, maybe goes to the cells that help your immune function. Amino acids make hormones, so things like insulin, estrogen, testosterone, cortisol, thyroid, adrenaline, melatonin, serotonin. These are all hormones that are made up of proteins. Amino acids make enzymes that break down lactose, enzymes that break down fat, enzymes that break down sugar. These are all made of protein. From there, amino acids form antibodies in your immune system and so much more. Incredibly important to know how important protein is. A key role of dietary protein is forming your skeletal muscle, which your muscle is going to be crucial for your metabolic health. Muscle is constantly being broken down and built back up. And consuming those protein rich meals, that's going to enhance that process called muscle protein synthesis. That is when amino acids are incorporated into bound muscle protein to create new muscle tissue. Remember, while protein alone can help preserve muscle mass, exercise, particularly resistance training, is needed to enhance that muscle protein synthesis signal further and to promote that muscle growth. A higher percentage of muscle mass is great for blood sugar control since muscle essentially soaks up glucose from the bloodstream like a sponge, using it for energy and storing it as muscle glycogen. So when you eat a carbohydrate rich food, that carbohydrate rich food is going to be broken down into sugar in the bloodstream. And then, like a sponge, muscle helps soak up and store that blood sugar, which helps it from being stored as fat if it doesn't get used as energy. Now, this only goes so far, of course. You have to make sure that you're not using this as a crutch. Yeah, over consuming anything is going to make sure that you store body fat, but muscle can help you in a lot of ways here. One thing they found out about muscle that is absolutely mind blowing is that depending on the circumstance, muscle can absorb glucose, blood sugar, with or without insulin, which insulin is usually the key to making sure that fat and blood sugar gets put into fat cells. The hormone that helps glucose enter cells, insulin, is not needed for muscle to take up that blood glucose, meaning muscle doesn't need the key to unlock the door of your cells that all the other cells need, like your fat cells do. And muscle can sneak that glucose in the back door and scoop up the blood sugar, helping it to get out of your bloodstream. Super important. So the reason why I wear a continuous glucose monitor every once in a while is while I want to see how high my blood sugar spikes when I eat a certain food, and then how quickly does it come back down to baseline, meaning how fast does my body buffer the blood sugar out of my bloodstream. And they're finding out that the more muscle you have, the more healthy your blood sugar spike, so not as high, and the quicker it comes back to baseline, the recovery. Muscle, it's amazing. In one study, for every 10% increase in your muscle mass, there was an 11% reduction in insulin resistance, indicating that you had improved insulin sensitivity, and a 12% reduced risk of prediabetes. So you drop the risk of insulin resistance and you drop the risk of prediabetes. But without enough protein and enough physical activity, the rate of muscle protein breakdown could outpace the rate of muscle protein synthesis. So if you don't have enough protein and you don't do enough physical activity, your muscle breakdown could go faster than your muscle building, leading to muscle loss and, as a result, issues such as insulin resistance, increased inflammation, and metabolic syndrome. More lean muscle also results in a higher metabolic rate, the rate at which you burn calories just being alive, which could support a healthy weight. Even at rest, a muscle cell has a metabolic rate that is about 5 to 10 times higher than that of a fat cell. So your muscle cells burn 5 to 10 times more energy than a fat cell. Once you start moving, that rate increases even more. And suddenly, it's like 50 to 100 times higher once you start moving. Protein supports metabolic health in several other ways. Eating protein as a part of a carbohydrate containing meal, so eating it with carbs, stimulates the release of a hormone called CCK, which helps slow digestion and the rate that glucose is absorbed into your bloodstream. The reason why soda and candy and simple carbohydrates are so detrimental to our health are because of how quickly we can digest and absorb the glucose. Well, there's more reasons than that, but that's one of the main ones. Protein also stimulates the release of insulin, which helps clear glucose from the bloodstream. So, together, these two factors can help curb post meal spikes in blood sugar. And I guess it's worth noting here that there is a lot of nuance to the relationship between protein and insulin. There are some studies showing high protein intake may worsen insulin sensitivity over time, though the protein source appears to definitely matter. A high quality whole food protein matters more than a processed protein. And there are many confounding factors here. Meanwhile, other studies show improved insulin sensitivity from long term high protein diets. It's like, yeah, more research needs to be done, but overall, moderate protein increases from quality sources in the absence of existing metabolic dysfunction are likely beneficial. So let's do a protein showdown. Protein source showdown. Let the showdown begin. Animal versus plant based. Now, animal proteins are considered complete, providing all the essential amino acids in abundance. And on the plant based front, these may be incomplete individually, but when combined, they can create a symphony of amino acids that ensure a balanced protein profile. The quality of protein depends on two key factors. One, the types and proportions of amino acids that are present, and two, the digestibility of the protein source. So, let's talk about animal based proteins such as meat, fish, eggs, dairy, and animal derived protein powders like whey. These are considered high quality since they are complete proteins, except not gelatin and not collagen. Gelatin and collagen would not be considered a high quality source, a high quality complete source, meaning that all of these other things, meat, fish, eggs, dairy, whey, that all contains all 9 essential amino acids in sufficient quantities to support biological processes such as muscle protein synthesis, the creation of muscle. And animal proteins are also highly digestible, around 90 to 99% digestible, with their amino acids being easily absorbed. Now, on the other hand, plant proteins such as beans and lentils, nuts and seeds, these are often considered low quality because they're incomplete, meaning that they have too little of one or more essential amino acids, except soy and hemp. Soy and hemp are actually both complete. However, eating a variety of protein containing plant foods throughout the day should provide sufficient quantities of essential amino acids to reap the protein benefits. You don't have to get them all in a single meal. An exception, though, some experts say to optimize muscle protein synthesis after a workout, it might be beneficial to choose foods with a complete protein profile, animal proteins or whey protein, and mostly because they need to have the amino acid leucine. There's 3 of the branch chain amino acids that make up the 9 essential amino acids, and one of them is called leucine. It is the powerhouse. This is well known for repairing and rebuilding muscle. So make sure that you're getting leucine in or around your workouts. Plant proteins also tend to have lower digestibility due to the presence of fiber and other compounds like phytic acid. So fewer amino acids end up being absorbed by the body compared to an equal amount of animal-based proteins, potentially up to 10% fewer, depending on the plant food. And depending on the plant food, you may also need to eat a lot compared to animal sources. So for example, 3 ounces of chicken, which is not that much, has 26 grams of protein, 26. But you'd need to eat almost 2 cups of black beans to get that in, which is going to come with a lot of carbs and a lot of calories. So aim to find options like tofu, hemp seeds, and even certain plant-based protein powders, which are going to be good low-carb, high-protein options. In our household, the plant-based protein that we use is from Organifi. They do a really good job. We also drink whey. If you can handle whey, I think that's great around your workouts. Casein around your bedtime if you're looking to build muscle and you're short of your protein goal. But you can embrace the diversity of protein sources to enjoy a variety of nutrients. Both animal and plant based proteins offer unique health benefits. If you follow a plant based diet, just remember to mix and match your protein sources to create the complete protein profile and nourish your body effectively. Okay, let's finish this thing with some actionable steps on how to get enough protein. Number one, have adequate protein at every meal. To reap the maximum benefits of protein, you want to divide your intake pretty evenly among all of your meals. But many people struggle to hit that 20 to 30 gram mark per meal, especially at breakfast, which often contains the least amount of protein. So, here are some protein rich ways to start your morning. You could do egg, cheese, and veggie scramble. 3 large eggs contain 18 grams of protein. An ounce of cheddar cheese has 6.5 grams of protein. And non starchy veggies like broccoli contain small amounts, around maybe 1 gram per half cup, for a total of about 26 grams of protein. Egg, cheese, and veggie scramble. Another idea would be Greek yogurt or cottage cheese with nuts and berries. So, low fat 2% Greek yogurt has 15 grams of protein, and that's in a 5 ounce cup. And then low fat cottage cheese, man, cottage cheese has 23.5 grams of protein per cup. 23.5. So add an ounce or a quarter cup of almonds, which has 6 grams of protein, and a half cup of berries, which is like a half gram of protein. And you're going to get anywhere between 21 and 30 grams of protein, Greek yogurt or cottage cheese with nuts and berries. You could do a tofu scramble and stir fry. For an entirely plant-based take on scrambled eggs, try a tofu scramble recipe, which is going to contain 24 grams of protein made with a firm block of tofu. For lunch or dinner, try adding in cubed or crumbled tofu to your stir fries. Another idea would be chia seed pudding with nut butter. Chia pudding made with almond milk and some berries contains about 7 to 8 grams of protein. It's great for a snack. Chia pudding made with almond milk and some berries. But when you make chia pudding with protein powder, each serving can have up to 19 grams. And top that off with a tablespoon of almond butter. And that's going to give you anywhere between like 22, 23, 24 grams of protein. Another great idea is grain-free oatmeal. For a protein-rich oatmeal alternative, try warm chia, flax, and hemp pudding. And there's recipes online for that, a chia, flax, and hemp pudding. And add a scoop of protein powder. This could make up to 48 grams of protein. Chia, flax, and hemp pudding. Find a recipe online if you need it, or send me a message and I can send that to you. And then add a scoop of protein powder. Yes. You could do protein pancakes as well. Blend your favorite grain-free pancake batter with cottage cheese for a short stack. That will keep you full and satiated. You can follow instructions online to get the ratios right. You can use protein powder too. Protein pancakes online. Search it, find it. If you need the recipe, hit me up with a message. I'll send it to you. So number one, make sure that you're having adequate protein at every meal. Number two, you could eat protein-rich snacks if you had to. You don't need to hit a specific protein target with snacks, but include protein along with some fat and fiber, ideally, to promote satiety and blood sugar balance. Some great options for protein-rich snacks include hard-boiled eggs, 6 grams of protein each. You could do meat snacks. There's a great company called Epic Provisions. It has venison, great little bars. I highly recommend checking out Epic Provisions. You could get 12 grams of protein in some of their nice meat snacks. Nick's Sticks, beef sticks. So Nick's is spelled Nicks. Nick's Sticks, beef sticks has some really good protein beef sticks. You could think the turkey sticks from Think Jerky Original Turkey Sticks, 8 grams each. You could do salmon jerky from Epic Provisions. Also, little known fact is edamame. If you do crunchy roasted edamame, you're going to get 14 grams per third cup. So a lot of protein in edamame. Chickpeas, fava beans. You could try adding these things to trail mix, which is great. Peanuts and almonds and pistachios. Yes, nuts, they are a little bit higher in fat and calories, but peanuts, almonds, pistachios, you could utilize them for some protein sources, especially on the go. You could do apple slices with whipped cottage cheese dip. Blend up or food process cottage cheese with a bit of cinnamon, and then a quarter cup of that would have about 6 grams of protein. Use that with some fruit. And then you could do veggie slices or seed crackers with savory whipped cottage cheese dip. You could make that with cottage cheese, onion and garlic powder, dill, and then a little salt and pepper. Great with veggies. So eat some protein rich snacks. Number 3, sprinkle on some extra protein. So if your meal or snack needs more protein, if you're having trouble getting that 20 to 30 in whatever you're eating, try sprinkling on more. Hemp seeds are especially high in protein at 9.5 grams per 3 tablespoons. Whoa, nuts, add 5 to 7 grams per quarter cup. And then, of course, you have protein powders, but you could also think about nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast has 8 grams per serving. And then you can use protein powders to fill in the gaps. Animal and plant-based protein powders contain anywhere between 5 to 25 grams of protein per scoop. The most obvious way to use them would be in a smoothie or a pre or post-workout shake, but consider adding them to chia pudding, grain-free breakfast porridge, pancakes, other low-carb baked goods. But if you're going to be using them for baked goods, just keep in mind that protein powder is not a one-to-one replacement for flour. At most, replace 1/3 of the flour in a baked good recipe for your protein powder. So yes, protein, it's amazing. But of course, it's just one piece of the nutrition and wellness puzzle. Remember, the goal should be to maintain a balanced diet, including a variety of nutrients from fruits, vegetables, whole grains, whole foods, and healthy fats. And of course, stay hydrated with the proper electrolytes and embrace regular physical activity, especially resistance training. And then make sure that your movement is spread out throughout the rest of your entire day for a well-rounded approach to health. And that's it, my friends, for this bite-sized brain snack. Share the knowledge that you gained with your friends and family and hold each other accountable. If you enjoyed this content, it helps a ton if you could post on your social media stories a screenshot of this episode and add one takeaway that you learned. Make sure that you tag me and share your journey. Tag me at livingthedream_podcast or at coachdamian_ST. And let us know how this episode benefited you. Let us know what we missed. Let us know what we got wrong. And tell us how you have had challenges or successes with protein, or any great food ideas or recipes that you've made staples in your life. Message us if you have any suggestions or tips that will help your Living the Dream team that we can discuss on future episodes. I will be right here with you, working on making us stronger, happier, and healthier humans. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.